Alright, so today I'm going to teach you how to draw anime eyes, basic ones. You're going to need a sharpened pencil. I prefer to use my mechanical pencil because they generally produce more uniform lines. You're going to need some paper. I have printer paper over here, but you can also just use notebook paper. That works too. You will want a good eraser because everyone makes mistakes. And if you would like, you can have colored pencils. Those are optional because I'm going to teach you how to shade in color as well as black and white. Alright, so we're going to start off by drawing the inner edge of the eye, which you basically just take a gentle line and swoop it out just a tad. Next, you're going to make an arc, and this is going to produce the top of the eye where the eyelid is, and then you're just going to smooth it down like so. This is the outer corner, and then this is the inner corner of the eye. Next, we're going to make her a girl because girls have pretty eyelashes, and so we're just going to kind of make little sweeping motions upward and outward. Just try to be a little free-handed, don't worry too much about it. Every eyelash looks different. They can be thick, they can be thin, they can be wispy, there can be thousands, there can be just a few, just all in preference. You can do some a little bit under the eye too if you want to, because those can look pretty. And then you're going to do the same on the bottom, since we all have lower lashes, I hope. And you're just going to make them meet at the corner of the eye. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and connect these two pieces because it's kind of awkward when you have like a floating upper lid. Nobody really wants that. And we're just going to kind of make a little clip. This is going to be like the very outer edge of the eyelashes. And then just kind of darken this lower line just a tad. Next we're going to do the actual eye. All you got to do is do a simple line down in the corner, and then we're going to go down a little bit. We're going to make a pause because this is where the light's going to be, and then you're going to continue down. If it helps, you can do this and make a very light line and then darken in the two spots up and above, and then you can erase the middle. Next we're going to draw the pupil. The pupil is a half moon, very simple, just kind of make that C shape and then shade it in lightly in the middle. We're going to put our little light source, which is going to be about yay here. We're going to go in and we're going to gently shade the entire eye. And then we're going to continuously shade a little bit darker and darker as we go. And you're going to make so that you have a sort of a U down here of lighter colors. And then as you get to the top, you shade darker and darker. I made the pupil a little bit small. You can make it as big or small as you want to. Small is generally shocked, big is shocked too. They both kind of mean the same thing. Smaller ones can also mean panic. Medium-sized ones are just neutral. Most of the time, expressions are judged by eyebrows, which I won't go over in this tutorial. Next, we're going to make those little line things in your eye. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like a spiral around your pupil. All you gotta do is make little short lines. And I generally stop before I get to the top because that's when you wouldn't be able to see them anyway. And that's how you do a basic black and white eye. Next, I'm going to teach you how to color an eye. Same basic process. As you can see, I kind of put a little upper lid on here. It's not very hard. You just kind of swoop over the line a little bit and connect it from the bottom. And I'm going to start out with a light blue. I'm using, I would call this a Carolina blue or a sky blue, depending on your preference. And I'm just going to make that same little light spot up here very lightly with the pencil. And then I'm going to shade in the rest with it. Just very lightly, don't press down too hard. Next I'm going to do the outline of the pupil. Like I said, just another half moon. I'll make mine a little bit bigger this time. And shade it in. And then you're going to want to do that same little U shape I did up here. and just kind of make that outline and start shading darker above it. Don't press, like I said, don't press down too hard. You can just progressively shade it, and it takes a little bit more time, but it generally produces more natural results. And so once you get all that colored in, you want to go around and you want to make a dark blue line around the rest of the eye, because generally people have a darker line surrounding their color part of the eye. Next we're going to make those little spiny things like I told you about, those little streaks that we made. Just do the same with the blue. And then we're going to define the pupil a little bit more by taking a darker blue. This is just probably a pure blue. We're going to darken that pupil. And that's it. That's a basic eye tutorial. You can definitely go a little more detailed or a little less detailed. That's just how I generally do it. You can definitely go darker. The same applies for all of their colors. Just try to have 2 colors. If not, that's fine too. You can add this little spot up here to make the pink part of the eye. It's not very hard, but I generally don't do it because you don't usually pay too much attention to it anyway. Eyebrows are just simple lines, and if you want, I can go over them in another tutorial, but generally they're not very complicated. So I hope you enjoyed the video.